To Tuesday Tips Live. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, welcome back. We weren't here for you last week. And if you're watching us on Facebook, it's good to be here as ever in the usual slot here on a Tuesday. So last week we were in Las Vegas, and that's what we're talking about this week. I'm talking about the Mobile Beat Las Vegas conference that I was at last week with my team and the 5 big takeaways from there. So if you are an event DJ, if you're a wedding DJ, corporate DJ, party DJ, you're going to love what I've got for you today. And if you're not, you might just learn something anyway, so hang around for that. Now, if you're watching the replay and thinking, why is this dragging on? This is a recording of a live stream. And these are very different from our normal videos. These aren't short. We go on for a long time here because we get to answer your questions. You get to join in the comments underneath, and it's a lot of fun. But it's a lot more fun live, right? So here's how to make sure you get to watch these live. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and click the bell if you're watching on YouTube, or make sure you like the page and you hit the setting which lets you see what we do first in your feed on Facebook. That means that when we go live, you will find out about it straight away. And that means that you get to watch live and join in live, which is what they're all about. They're kind of like much more fun that way. Look, if you're new to all of this, we are Digital DJ Tips. We are the world's biggest online DJ school. Here is our book. It's called Rock the Dance Floor. It's a bestseller on Amazon on how to DJ. And we also teach this stuff. We have lots of DJ courses that we sell, but this is all about giving you stuff for free. So here on the channel, this time slot every week, I just come live, or one of my team does, and we just share something with you. So as I say, this week we're sharing all about the Mobile Beat Las Vegas conference. So if you don't know anything about Mobile Beat Las Vegas, it is nice, by the way, eh? Nice. Oh, old-fashioned techniques. We've been messing around. We had DJ Rasp in the studio last week recording some stuff with us, doing some scratching stuff, which is why I've got Technics out here, by the way. So for all those of you saying already, before we came live, like, what gear are you going to be showing us? Well, the gear today is just old-fashioned Technics. The real thing is this mixer, by the way. I'll show you the mixer in a bit. It's awesome. So, so that's the gear we've got lined up for today. Yeah. So Mobile Beat Las Vegas is a conference that is for mobile, wedding, and event DJs and associated services. It's held in the Tropicana Resort in Vegas, which is right by the airport, and people fly in from all over America and internationally as well to be there. Thousands and thousands of DJs, and I was there as well. I was presenting a keynote. I think we've got a picture here somewhere of me doing that. There we go. There's me doing my keynote in front of about 1,000 people, which was quite nerve-wracking. But if you were one of the people there, thank you very, very much for making it painless for me. And I was talking about promoting yourself as a event DJ. As well as me, there were the great and good from the DJing world in the States there presenting stuff, a lot of education stuff going on. It's an awesome conference. So I do recommend Mobile Beat Las Vegas if you are into getting paid for DJing, weddings, parties and all that kind of stuff. It's on every March. So that's what Mobile Beat is. I was there all week and I just got my notepad out, kept my mouth shut, made notes, sat in on everything, and I've got some key takeaways that can really help you in your DJing to share with you, and I've got 5 of them today. So just before we get started on those, I'm going to turn the volume down on this because otherwise we're going to hear me about 10 seconds behind chatting away. I want to say a few early hellos to people. So on YouTube, we have Dirty Raver, hello to you. Hi to Johnny Carr. Hi to Eric Hampton. Hi to David Smith, who says, what's good? Hi to P. Dot, who says, that classic DMC Championship mixer. Do you want to look at the mixer? Shall we have a little look at the mixer? Here we go. There it is. Audio mixer from Technics. Yes, they did used to make mixers. It's the SHD X1200. The official World DJ Championship mixer, it says across the bottom. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So there's my mixer from many, many years ago. So there you go. Little look at the mixer. We like to deliver here for you guys and girls. So, all right then. Back to saying hello. So hi to Collibra. Hi to Andrew Bell, who says hello from Jamaica. To Benny Bois. Hello to Michael, who says morning digital DJ tips. Good to have you here, Michael. And then just a few quick hellos over from Facebook. Hello on Facebook too. Just give me a second to switch my screens here. I've suddenly forgotten how to use an iPad. It generally happens when you're live to thousands and thousands of people. So hello on Facebook too. We'll just get the page loaded and get those early ones done for you guys and girls. Here we go. Right, we're there. Oh, lots and lots of you live today with us. That's awesome. So a quick shout out to JM Suarez, to Charles, to Tyson. Good to have a lot of regulars here. Hi to Scott. Hi to Zach, who says awesome mixer. Hi to Philip, who says Phil, you're a great educator. Well, I try my hardest. Hi to Eric in Pennsylvania. Hello to Mario and Steve and all the team joining us there. Right, okay, let's get going. So again, if you are just joining us, stumbling over this, like, follow, share, get involved with this, and then you'll get told about these when they come live every week, and you won't miss them, which is what we want. We want you to catch this stuff live. And if you do know a mobile DJ or an event DJ, a wedding DJ who would like to know what went down at the Mobile Beat Conference, again, please hit the share button. It really helps us when you do that to spread these far and wide. Right, enough of the preamble, enough time for you guys and girls to get here, to see that we're live, and to pile in. Let's get going. 5 takeaways from Mobile Beat. And at the end today, I've got a very special announcement. You'll be the very first to know, apart from the people who were in my keynote at Mobile Beat, you'll be the first people to know this. So I'm going to be telling you about something at the end. Right, okay. Over the Technics turntables. Let's leave them there while I start giving you your roundup of the things from Mobile Beat. Okay, so number 1, very, very simple, very, very important. Instagram is absolutely massive for your DJing. Instagram is where everything is at right now. There were thousands and thousands of delegates at this conference, and every single time I got talking about promoting yourself, one word came up: Instagram. Instagram is dwarfing Facebook, it's dwarfing every other channel for getting your story out there and getting in front of the people who can pay you money for gigs. This works for club gigs, it works for residents, it works for lounge DJs, bar DJs, it works for mobile, wedding. You must be on Instagram and you must be engaging with your audiences on Instagram. Simple as that. If you are not on Instagram and you're not using Instagram, start doing it. There's all kinds of things you can do. Instagram stories are growing 15 times bigger than normal Instagram posts, by the way. And so a really good way of doing it is every time you play a gig, just take your phone and Instagram 4 or 5 pictures, little video clips, whatever, as your Instagram story of the gig. Do all your tagging, do all the usual stuff. I'm not here to teach you how to use Instagram. All I'm here to tell you is that if you've been on the fence about Instagram, get off that fence. Instagram is 100% where people are getting gigs from right now out there in 2019. You must be on Instagram, you must be watching what other DJs are doing on Instagram, and you must be trying your hardest to be there as well. And it's ironic that this is on Facebook and YouTube, by the way, but Joey will be doing the Instagram version of what you're watching here straight afterwards. So if you want to go and see Joey's version, head over to Instagram. Might be a good idea to dust that app off and afterwards start posting your own stuff on there. But it really is where it's at, and Instagram stories more so than anything else. So Instagram storying your next gig would be a really great start. Have a go at it, see what happens. It's a big thing right now. Pinterest as well, by the way. This wasn't in the script, but Pinterest is, especially for wedding DJs, a great way of getting leads as well. It's like a 95% female search engine. And unlike Instagram, it's very easy to put links back to your website on Pinterest. And of course, if you are researching a wedding, if you're a bride-to-be, you're going to be looking at wedding cakes and shoes and all that kind of thing. And guess where you're going to be looking on it? The #1 picture search engine in the world. So Pinterest is another little thing that I heard some very smart DJs sharing as well. But Instagram, if you do nothing else and you're not on Instagram, get on there now. So before we move on to number 2, a few shout outs going on. Lots of you hitting the hearts and agreeing with Instagram. Lots of people saying hello, really. Hi, Christopher. Hi, Donald. Hi, Kevin. Hello to all my team who are in there really helping out everyone now. It's good to see you. Joey advising people. Joseph says that's really great advice, Phil. Awesome job, Phil, says Miguel. Thank you, Miguel. It was a pleasure to meet you in person at Mobile Beat, says Stephen. So it was a pleasure to meet you as well, Stephen. Really was a great atmosphere there. It was lovely to be there. Hello to Case Skills from Malaysia. Hello to Ali, always good to have you here, Ali. Good job at Mobile Beat, says Joe. So thank you for that, Joe. Hi to Henry. Hi to Donald, who says DJ highlights in the house. And hi to DJ Spice from Nigeria. Good to have you here, DJ Spice, representing Nigeria. Not enough Nigerians on here for such a big country. All right then, so I would like to say hello to Eric over on our Facebook, sorry, over on our YouTube page. I've got Instagram on my mind, who says, you read my mind. I was going to ask you what's bigger, Facebook or Instagram. At the the moment, it is Instagram all over. I don't know about you guys and girls, but I use Instagram now every day, and like I used to use Facebook. I'm rarely on Facebook personally. So yeah, I think Instagram is having its moment for sure. We're talking about Mobile Beat. We're talking about the biggest mobile DJ conference so far this year. It's in the United States. It's in Las Vegas. We were there just last week. I got back on Friday night, Saturday morning. So just about got over the jet lag now. And I'm giving you my takeaways. If you're a mobile, wedding, event DJ, these are the 5 things that you need to know that can really help you in your DJing right here, right now in 2019. So we've already covered Instagram being big. Number 2 is, this is a bit of a sad one. Honestly, it's a bit of a sad one because they do a poll of DJs every year and they find out interesting information. This only backs up something we found out in our mobile DJ poll that we did at the end of 2017, but this is even more up-to-date information than that. The average wedding DJ in the United States, DJing a wedding, a full wedding where you're doing the whole lot, is getting paid $1,100 for doing that wedding. So you might think that sounds awesome. I wish I could get paid $1,100 for a gig, but actually that is not a lot of money, especially if you're trying to make a full-time living out of this. Because think about it, you've got your gear. If you're a decent DJ, you're taking an assistant with you. You're not attempting to do a wedding on your own. Your gear is not just a controller. You've got microphones, radio microphones. You're emceeing the event. You could be kind of like hosting the event. You're there for hours and hours and hours. You've met with the bride and groom at least once, probably 2 or 3 times. You've interacted with them many, possibly dozens of times. You've put days, never mind hours, you've put days of your life into making this a great event for them. And they're paying you $1,100 for it on average. Now, again, you might think, sounds pretty cool. But look, if you get to do 50 of those a year, then you're going to be making just over 50, maybe $55,000 a year before tax, before any expenses, before your equipment, before your music. That is, for a very skilled professional, that is not a massive income. And the biggest thing I heard DJs talking about was, you know, this is not only bad, but it's getting worse. And so if you're in a country where the standard of living and the amount of money you earn for gigs is, as I say, not that much, you might think that sounds awesome. But look, the US, the UK, the kind of place, and it's the same in the UK, by the way, the kind of places that are paying this kind of money, the average wedding has $33,000 spent on it by the couple, right? So the DJ is getting like a 30th of that. A 30th of the money spent on the wedding is going to the entertainment. That is not an awful lot of money. And so the big talk was about how to raise that up, how to make more money as a DJ and how to get more of the share of the money. Because one of the takeaways was some weddings spend more money on seat covers than they do on the DJ. More money on branding the seats around the table, getting nice covers that fit the colour of the wedding than they do on the DJ. Cannot be right. So what do DJs do? What do DJs do to raise this up? Well, there are a lot of very experienced, very good mobile event and wedding DJs there, and the best ones are earning 3, 4, 5, 6,000 plus a gig, right? So you've got most DJs, the average 1,100, and you've got some earning 5,000. What's the difference? What's the difference between the two? Well, I'd love you to share in the comments why you think there is such a big difference and what you think the difference is. Because I know a lot of you watching this will have been there, and I know a lot of you are mobile and wedding DJs. Why do you think there's such a disparity? Some people can charge a lot, some people can charge hardly anything. But I'm going to talk about one of the big differences that came out. There's a lot of educational speakers there, and I'm going to talk about one of the things that came out again and again and again. That means you can raise your prices and charge more for your services. But before I do that, which will be point number 3, I'm trying to get a nice, there you go, nice clear 3. Let's go down and see what people are saying, about this on the chat. Well, I just want to give a shout out to Colibra, who says, I see this live video, sat on my sofa in Sweden. I've got such a pain in my head. Today was a very hard day for me. So I'm glad that we're helping to make your day a little bit simpler at the end of the day there, Collie. Over on Facebook, I'd love your comments on what mobile DJs charge and whether you think it's something that is low or whether you think actually that's fair enough. So give me your shouts down there. A few words coming in. Donald says if you invest in yourself as a DJ, you can charge more money, and that's kind of what we're moving on to. It's a shame, says, hang on a second, that's a reply. And I'm just trying to scroll up and see the original comment. I can't see that. But anyway, I'm sure you've got stuff to say here. So yeah, Anthony says, wedding DJ here. I love everything you're saying. My weddings average 15 to 1900, and that's considered a fair price for my couple. So look, you're charging 50%, nearly double what some are. How do I get more money for club gigs where I've been a resident for years, says Lizzie. That's another question. You know, you just have to say to them, I need more money, please. This is why. Inflation has gone up this much. My wage needs to go up as well. I would say just asking for a wage rise. We've all done it, haven't we? Phil Morse is the truth, says Dennis. Zach says, the best way for me to increase my value is to increase the services I offer. Getting on the mic, leading dances, hosting the reception, it all adds value and therefore I can charge more. And the problem is a lot of DJs are doing that and not charging more, Zach. So as long as you're paid what you think you're worth, that's good, is the advice my team are giving out. Sometimes it's a hobby for people rather than a profession, says Mauro. And that's the thing, when you're in a pay-to-play hobby, pay-to-play, then that pushes down the price. There's a depression on the prices. So the professionals who are full-time have got to do something different to justify the higher prices, right? So yeah, it's very, very true that. Really good question, says my team to Lizzie, who's asking about raising her prices. There's a lot more to this than just the playing time, and that's very true. So that's why, you know, people are saying, well, it seems all right, $1,100 for a gig, but it's not just for the gig. It's for the initial consultation. It's for talking through the ceremony, and then it's for getting the playlist right with the couple. And then when you get there, you're getting there first. You're getting there before anything's happened. You could be emceeing. You could be introducing the bride and groom. You could be doing the making sure that the speeches all go fine. You could actually be emceeing the whole event. So there's a lot more to it than just that. A wedding DJ is a great responsible event. I would never stress out to do this for little money. Yes, exactly. Okay, let's move on. So we're talking about the five big takeaways from Mobile Beat Las Vegas, where we were last week. There's me presenting on stage there in front of 1,000 people, talking about how to promote yourself as a DJ. And apart from the time I got to talk, apart from being on that keynote speech, I actually kept my head down, kept my notebook open, and made lots of notes about what the other very learned speakers were saying, and that's what I'm sharing with you here today. So we've done number one, which is Instagram is everything. You've got to be on Instagram as a DJ nowadays. No, no ifs, no buts. Number two, the average wedding DJ is only charging $1,100 in the States. That is not a lot of money. So how can you charge more? Well, lots and lots of, you wouldn't be surprised to know, lots and lots of people talking about it, lots and lots of stuff to share around that stuff. But the main thing I want to share is basically being different. Being different gets you noticed. So this came up over and over again, and some of the people speaking on stage are at the top of their game as wedding and mobile and event DJs. And they say, look, if you're like everyone else, you're going to charge the same prices as everyone else. So you have to find ways of being different. You have to find ways of being one rather than one among many. And there are lots and lots of things talked about, but if you just keep that in your head, try and find ways to be different. And this works for club DJing, it works for all kinds of DJing. How can you stand out from the crowd? What can you do to be different? Because as soon as you're different, you can charge more money for your services. As soon as you're not vanilla and people want your flavor, you can charge more for your flavor. So here's just a few things that came out from the conference, a few among many. So number one was customer care. If you're easy to work with, if you look after your clients, you are going to get more money. Or to put it another way, if you want to charge the highest amount of money, you better make damn sure you're easy to work with, because the two have to go together. You cannot be hard to work with and charge a lot of money, right? So if everything about your business reduces friction, and this works for all kinds of DJs, not just mobile and wedding DJs. So for instance, if you are a mobile and wedding DJ, is it easy to navigate your website? Is it easy to fill in your form? When you sit down to discuss with the couple their event and get them to sign a contract, are you good at that? Does it all flow smoothly? Are you good at getting out of them what they want and then giving them a quote that covers everything they think they're going to need so that it's easy for them to sign? Once they've signed on the dotted line, how are you with them between then and the wedding? Is your payment process really easy to do so they're not worried about trying to do bank transfers and stuff when you could just swipe their card on your phone and it's all sorted? Do you consult with them properly about the music? Do you go through the plan with them so they feel calm about the event and about what you're going to do so they're not worried about you, so you're easy to work with? On the day, are you easy to work with? I mentioned having someone with you at a wedding. Do you take someone so that you've got time for them and someone else is doing all the monkey work, if you like, that you would otherwise be running around doing on the day? And this is all noticed. This is all noticed not only by the couple who may refer you to other people, but it's noticed by everyone else at the ceremony as well. So Are you easy to work with? That's just one way that you can raise your prices, by being the easiest to work with, because word gets round. This dude is awesome to work with. They will make your life easy. Another one is performance. So performance is what you actually do. How does it stand out from anyone else? Are you working on improving your performance? If you're a mobile or wedding DJ, are you working on understanding the way that things run at those events and being able to help them run smoothly? Are you working harder and harder and harder on your music so that every time you DJ, you're doing a better job of it, so that more people are noticing this DJ is awesome? Or are you just treading water? Because if you're treading water, guess what? You're going to be charging the same as everyone else. And if you're a club DJ, let's just widen this out to other kinds of DJs as well. If you're a club DJ, are you making it easier for the people who book you for your residencies to book you again? Are you doing your bit on social media? Back to Instagram. Are you being kind to the people who come to that club and making people think this DJ really cares about me? Or are you just keeping your head down, being quite unfriendly, playing the same set every week and doing something which is at best average and at worst like pretty much doing a bad job of keeping your job, right? How hard are you trying to perform? Because performance is pretty much everything. And in this world where, we've got so much to deal with, we've got social media is a massive one to deal with, and we've got all the other stuff that comes with being a DJ, sometimes the performance side of it gets left behind. So putting a little bit of time aside to practice what you do and being better at the actual job of being a DJ can make you stand out, can make you be different, and means you can charge more money, whatever kind of DJ you are. So that's one that came up again and again. Being different gets you noticed. That was a theme of the event. So what are you doing to be different? We're talking about the 5 takeaways from Mobile Beat Las Vegas. We've already covered Instagram being a thing. We've already covered that salaries are very low, that what DJs are getting paid are very low. However, some are charging a lot. Why? We've looked at one of the reasons why, which is being different gets you noticed and therefore allows you to charge more. So a 4th theme from the conference was there was a big, and it's really good to see this because it often doesn't happen, there was a big focus on dancing. There was a big focus on how you make people dance. Quite a lot of times at these conferences, they talk about everything other than the music and dancing, but there was a big talk there by a guy called Mike Walter about dancing, and he did a really good job of it and everyone loved it. So what was the takeaway from that? You're going to love this one. By the way, if you're enjoying this, or a mobile or wedding DJ that would enjoy this, please hit the share buttons below. It helps us to do this stuff. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, bell, all that stuff. Okay, so dancing. So this is a really interesting point. So what Mike said was there's 3 types of dancers at a wedding or at any event. 3 types of dancers, especially mobile events where everyone's there anyway. In a club, everyone's come to dance, right? It's not the same in mobile. There are 3 types of dancers. 3. They are 1, the dancers, the people who are going to dance anyway. These people come to dance. These people will dance to a car radio. These people will dance when they're waiting to get a drink at a bar because there's music on. These are the dancers. You could have anything between 5% and 50% of these wonderful, lovely people at your wedding that you're DJing. They are going to dance anyway. By the way, mobile DJs, that's why sometimes you turn up and everything you do won't get people dancing, and other times you turn up and you think you're doing an awful job, you've got a full dance floor. It's these folk. It's the dancers. These are hopefully enough of them to get a good party going, but they're the first of the 3 types of dancers that you get at a wedding. The second of the 3 types of dancers you get are these people. No, in fact, let's go for these people first. So you've got the dancers over here, you've got this group in the middle, but we'll talk about them in a minute, and you've got this lot here. These are the non-dancers. There is nothing you can do to get these bums on seats dudes to dance. They are going to sit there all night and they are not going to dance. If you're worried about people sat down and not dancing, and they are non-dancers, guess what? Stop worrying, because there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Nothing. They are not going to dance. So rookie DJs will worry about the non-dancers. They'll think, oh no, I'm doing something wrong. But actually, if the dancers are dancing and the non-dancers aren't, you're doing your job right. Don't worry about these people. Do a good job of the night and forget about them. Concentrate on your dancers and on the 3rd group, which I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. An interesting thing about the non-dancers is they can be a great source of referrals. Why? Because they're actually watching everything you do all night. And as long as you do a good job, they could be the people asking for your card at the end. And if you've ever DJed a gig where no one dances and at the end you get a queue of people saying that was an awesome night, it's the non-dancers, because you had a room full of them. It doesn't mean they're not enjoying the music. It just means they're not going to dance and you can't do anything about it, okay? So we've got the dancers and the non-dancers. And the 3rd type, this group in the middle, they are the reluctant dancers. They could be the difference between you putting a good show on and a bad show on. They're the people who are getting dragged to the dance floor by their friends like this, and they're like, and their arms are by their sides as they go onto the dance floor. And then they get into position and they look around and then they start to move. They are the difference between a good DJ and a great DJ, because you ought to be concentrating on them and them alone all night. Forget about the dancers and the non-dancers. You can't do anything about them. You can't stop them dancing. You can't start them dancing. You can't do anything about it. They are going to do what they do. It's the ones in the middle that are going to make the difference to the event. They're the ones you've got to be concentrating on. So your whole effort, once you've decided that this is the truth, your whole effort is concentrating on those. It's concentrating on the skeptics. It's concentrating on the yes or no dancers, because they're the ones who, if you can get them on the floor as well as the dancers, guess what? You've delivered an awesome night, and suddenly no one's going to notice a few people who just aren't going to dance anyway. There's nothing you can do about them. So the job of any great event DJ is to concentrate on those people. And once you think about it in that way, it changes the way you feel about the night, it changes your nervousness, and it also gives you a reason why sometimes you just get more people dancing than other times. Because if you've got fewer of the middle group and the dancers, and you've got much more of the non-dancers in your crowd, there's nothing you can do about it. You can still do a good job, but you're not going to get a full dance floor. So this was a really interesting debate. So thank you, Mike, for that. We really enjoyed that one here at Digital DJ Tips. Let us know what you think about it. I'd love to know your thoughts on this as DJs. Brandon says, inside tip, get the girls dancing. The guys will follow. That's very, very true. You never see guys in a circle saying, oh, nice moves to each other, do you? Think on. Yeah, of course they can still have a great time. Of course they can. It's not that they're not having a great time. It's just that they're not dancing. The non-dancers are normally the ones who come up to me personally telling me I'm doing a great job, says Armando, or that I did a great job and ask for cards. The dancers are the ones who actually come to me to request songs. They have a great night, but they never remember you. They just remember they had a great time. So, brilliant words there, Armando. They would have danced to anything anyway. So Ken says, will digital DJ Tips be at the DJ Expo in August in New Jersey? We might be there, maybe for a day. Brian says, I agree with the people sitting around. They're usually the ones who come up to me after the event and say, you did a great job. Carlos says, I'm a non-dancer. No one can get me dancing. Well, there you go. There's proof. Okay. The thing about the sitters is that they can actually have a great time, says Stephen, despite the fact that they won't get out of their seats. Someone has to hold up the walls so that the place doesn't fall down, says Ken. Love it. I didn't attend Mobile Beat, but I will be at DJ Expo, says Brian. Okay, so this is awesome stuff. Thank you for sharing this. Every wedding I've done, says Brandon, the given playlist for the reception never goes as it was originally planned. You'll have so many requests, and to keep the energy high and to keep people engaged and dancing, it will also be up to you as a DJ to read the crowd and play off the crowd. Just be ready for chaos and be ready to get a request and find a way to mix it in. Dennis says, Mobile Beat Las Vegas was a life-changing experience. I'm really glad you enjoyed that, Dennis. Brian says, thanks for this, Phil. We're really looking to improve. Lots of you saying that Instagram is really the place to be as well. Right, let's move on. So thank you, an awful lot of comments coming in there supporting that one. It was just nice to hear it being talked about, because as I say, it's quite often something that they talk about everything else other than music at these things. So over on YouTube, females are my first target, or at least the ones I play in front of they love breakbeat, says Eric. So there we go. It just takes more alcohol to get the non-dancers dancing, says Jeremy. You can get anybody and everybody dancing if you're good enough. I did a wedding early this year and the basic package included just the reception. I upcharged for cocktail and ceremony and also everything else you own, like lighting and all the other bells and whistles, to earn more money, says Jeremy. So upcharging is a way of getting more money. And also asking early. If there's a $33,000 budget and you book in your wedding DJ services, go back to them a couple of weeks later and say, you're telling me that the colours of your wedding were blue. I've seen this awesome blue uplighting system. Do you want me to show you a photo of it? I can just see you walking in with these lights. What do you reckon? If you've got to them before someone else has, you might get some more money. Okay. All right then. Let's. Some of you saying about what you charge. You've got to factor in the cost of living for your area and make sure what you're paid is worth the time and value that you bring. Okay, so We're covering the takeaways from the Mobile Beat Las Vegas conference that I was talking at. There's that photo of me chatting for those of you asking for another look at it. It was a lot of fun. A bit nerve-wracking to be up on that big stage, but I did enjoy it. And I had an auto cue. I've never had an auto cue in my life before. Love the stuff. Couldn't live without it anymore. All right then, so we're talking about that. So we've talked to Instagram being really big. We've talked about the price that a lot of mobile DJs charge not being high enough. We've talked about being different to get noticed and different ways you can do that. We've talked about the 3 types of dancers and how to keep them happy on any dance floor. Again, I guess that's a way of getting noticed at doing a better job and therefore being able to raise your prices. The 5th one, this is a really interesting little one, and I hope you like this because it struck me. It's something that the really high paid DJs are doing that the others aren't, and it's to do with language. So here's how it works. Instead of calling yourself a mobile DJ, and instead of calling what you do a wedding DJ service, choosing new language can allow you to paint what you do in a different light and make it sound like it is bigger and better than it is, or rather it can describe better what you're doing and people will ascribe more value to it. Let me give you an example. So the best wedding DJs are calling themselves a boutique service. They're saying we customize everything that we can customize for your wedding so it's not like everyone else's. Boutique customization. Instead of calling yourself a DJ, you can call yourself an event host. Your event host will arrive before anyone else, set up, get everything right, personalize our boutique service for you. You can use, I noticed one DJ, instead of saying I do corporate events, industry and marquee events. It's just finding a different way to describe yourself that ascribes more value and that makes it sound like more like what you actually do. Assuming you are boutique, assuming you do customize, assuming that you do put a personalized service on for the corporate events and so on, why not use this different language? Why not call yourself an entertainment service rather than a DJ service, or an event service? Why not call yourself an event host rather than a DJ? Because 2 things happen here. 1, people think, this person's different. Hear what I did there? We're back to being different to charge more. But 2, you start to think about yourself differently, and this is a very, very healthy thing, because to be in a group of 1 with no competition, you've got to think about yourself in that way. You've got to think about yourself differently. And the best DJs are doing that. The best DJs are thinking, how can I describe my service so it sounds like the custom, bespoke, boutique, high-end service that I'm trying to ascribe to and that I'm actually hopefully starting to deliver, that I can then charge more money for. So number 5 is language matters. Work hard on the content. Work hard on what it says on your business card, on your brochure, on your website. Choose your language carefully and it will attract the people that you want and therefore the people who are prepared to pay for your service. I mean, the bottom line is people will pay for what they want. People will pay for what they want. There's $33,000 sat there for every wedding on average. People will pay for what they want. And if your services are $4,000 or $5,000 of that, and you've done a good enough job on Instagram, on being different, on giving a good service and getting good referrals, on working on your act, if you like, so that you're doing a better job than everyone else, and presenting it properly with the right language and so on, then guess what? They'll pay for you because they want you, and that's what it's all about, standing out from the crowd. Right, so that's kind of the takeaway, some of the takeaways from Mobile Beat. It was really, really good there. If you're one of the people who was there, I was so humbled to meet you. It really was a very friendly, very communicative bunch of people there. It was like I couldn't get a coffee in the morning without having a conversation with someone about DJing, which is really, really cool. I mean, and we were in Vegas, right? So what's not to like? I did say I had one thing I wanted to share with you at the end here. And by the way, if you're watching this now and you didn't catch the beginning, you can watch the whole recording straight afterwards. So you can go and catch the stuff that we've been talking about. We've been talking about the 5 takeaways from Mobile Beat Las Vegas. So I said I'd share something with you at the end that we only shared with delegates at Mobile Beat. So as you know, here at Digital DJ Tips, we teach all kinds of DJing. We've got big courses that teach club DJing, DJ production, scratch DJing. We've got the Digital DJ Lab, which is currently not open, but it is our DJ program to help you stay on top of your DJing and get better gigs and all that stuff. But we also have a mobile DJ course called Mobile DJ Blueprint. Now, that was the first time we've tried to do mobile DJ training. It did really well. Got lots of people who have been helped a lot by that. But I wanted to tell you about something new we've got coming for wedding DJs specifically. So we've teamed up with a guy called Jason Janai from SCE Events in the States. Jason is one of the biggest rock star event DJs in the States. If there's a Super Bowl after party or a celebrity getting married or the Wedding Wire organization want to book a DJ for their party, they all turn to Jason. He's based on the East Coast, but he gets gigs all over the States and indeed internationally. And his company are setting the bar for what's possible with events, not only weddings, but corporate events and so on. And we've teamed up, Digital DJ Tips has teamed up with Jason in order to make a really exclusive, bespoke coaching product for wedding DJs who want to charge those big amounts, 5,000, 6,000 for a wedding and not 1,000. It's an exclusive coaching program. It's not for everyone. There's every chance that it just isn't for you. You know, this isn't aimed at mass market. This is aimed at people who are full-time DJs or aiming to be full-time DJs, and they want to charge that big money and they're prepared to put the work in to get it. Jason will be sharing everything he knows. Digital DJ Tips will be powering him with all our knowledge about how to teach this stuff and coaching and providing a platform. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's launching later this year, and you can find out more about it there at djtips.co/mobilebeat. And when you go there, you will go to this page that you can see in the background where we'll just ask for your email address. You can fill it in. And then when we've got more to tell you about this program called Complete Wedding DJ, we will tell you more about it. But for now, you need to go and fill your email address in there because that's the only place that you can register your interest. As I say, exclusive, coaching, high end. We're going to be, you have to apply for this. It's not going to be public or generally available. But if you're interested in charging $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for a wedding, you're already in this game, you're full-time or aiming to be full-time, go there, put your name in, and we'll let you know more about it when we have it. So that's it, folks. That has been our Tuesday Tips Live for today on Facebook and YouTube. Joey's going to be taking over on Instagram very soon with a shortened version of this. So head over there if you want to have a chat with Joey about this. Thank you very much to everyone who has been chipping in here. And please do like, follow and share this if you've enjoyed it. Meanwhile, it's just left for me to say, get good, get out there and make the moments. And I'm going to leave you with that Technics mixer again because a lot of you are asking about that. And I will also leave you with the link as well. So there's the link, there's the Technics mixer. You guys have a great week and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.